All right, welcome back to the Two Takes Podcast, episode 16. This week we're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs that are just starting for us in a few minutes. We're going to be talking about the NHL wrapping up its final season, which is happening right now. We got a close race in the Eastern Conference. Some people are eyes peeled on the screen for that. We're going to
Sorry.
talk about the NFL draft that's just a week away, some MLB, and then wrap up the Masters that just took place. Peyton, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Rest assured, NBA fans, I am a Lakers guy. I'm in the process of moving right now, so I do have a Jazz jersey on because it's a guy that went to Marshall, so I got to support. Went to my first Angels game of the season last night, and they got the win. That was a super fun game. I'm sure Dante will beg to differ when we get to him, but I also made $100 and the Angels won. I got to see a Trout homer, so it's a great day all around.
It was a profitable evening.
Yes.
Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. All of my teams that are currently in season are performing pretty well right now. Magic playoffs coming up, Panthers playoffs coming up, Royals hot start for the beginning of the season.
They need to keep it up.
Yeah, haven't really placed too many bets aside from the Masters. Fuck you, Max Homa. Fuck you where you breathe. That's all I really have.
And Dante, how are you doing?
I'm double TVing this Red Wings Habs and Flyers game, so might be a little bit distracted. Playoff is obviously on the line. But I missed the part where the NHL was having its final season ever. I'd like
Oh,
you to elaborate on that because man, that'd be a shame. We'll never get to see Mitchkov play for the Flyers then. I guess he's gonna have to stay in the KHL.
Would it really be a shame?
It would be a shame.
I'm just trying to get past the whole polo basketball jersey combo. It's freaking me out.
Listen, I threw this on at the last second. Go Pacers. Um, yeah, I know it's kind of odd, but wanted to support the guys once we saw that everyone else was wearing one. So
Ryan, that's called dressing up in Sacramento.
oh, thank you. Yes, I think it looks good. And
Funeral attire.
our special guest for today, the second best fantasy football player currently on this podcast, it is Trent.
Ryan,
Yeah.
first
Whoa,
off,
whoa.
first off, I still have the
Whoa.
best ROI in the league, so you can.
I mean, did I come first?
oh
I've
my
given first
god,
and second in 3 years.
John,
Trent,
holy.
did you come second?
I don't hear second place speaking right now. I hear, were you third, Peyton?
No, I didn't make the playoffs, but I would have.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, all
Listen,
right.
when you
Yeah,
have
man.
Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, and James Conner all go on the IL in the same week, there's just
Burrow was already hurt going into the draft, so that one's on you.
well, yeah, but I thought he would be better. I was like, I will give him the first week off, and then he'll be fine. Nope.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of how it happens. Christian McCaffrey got injured in the championship for me, so I'm still hanging on to that one, Ryan. But yeah, I'm doing well. Happy to be on the podcast. Know Dante and Michael and all them from home, and big Atlanta fan. I think the only one
You
in our
are the
fantasy
only
football
one.
league. Yeah, so Hawks,
Ooh.
Braves. I've got my DeJounte Murray playing Warriors jersey on. Got to represent for the play-in season that's upon us.
Oh yeah, baby. My team's
Um,
tonight.
Yeah, I cannot wait to have my glorious king on my left monitor right over here.
Your glorious king.
Yes.
Ryan, I feel bad. Nobody
He's
asked you
he's
how you're
temporarily my glorious king because I put a lot of money on him to advance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I'm
Fat
doing
Boy
fine, Peyton.
Zion.
No, absolutely not.
I'm doing fine. It's okay. My hockey team's out. They're totally eliminated, so nothing to watch for hockey. Both of my favorite teams are actually out of the playoffs, so um uh
Pick
I
a
like the
team.
Timberwolves.
My
I'm wearing a
God,
Kings
we've been
jersey.
going through this for like 4 months. Pick one.
Well, now I don't have to pick one. I picked none. But rooting for the Timberwolves, I think they actually could win it. I like them. over the Suns. I like them. We'll talk about it in a second. But I wish the Kings weren't in the play-in because I don't know if they're going to make out of that gauntlet. I don't see them beating the Warriors or if they would have to beat the Lakers. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about our NBA playoffs. So the playing games start today. We got the Western Conference kicking off tonight, Eastern Conference kicking off tomorrow. So let's start with those two tonight. So we got Lakers going up against the Pelicans and the Warriors against the Kings. Dane, do we want to start with you?
Lakers by double digits. That's not even a biased pick. I think their average margin of victory versus the Pelicans this year is like 23.5 points or something. They like their big is technically like Zion, and he just, first off, him just running hard nosed to the paint doesn't work against Anthony Davis and LeBron. And he also cannot play defense versus those two guys. So they just have fun. I'm also taking the Warriors over the Kings. Playoff Steph Curry is still playoff Steph Curry. I don't care how old he is. It's really going to depend on how much they get from Clay, though, in my opinion, on how well the Warriors do in this playoff time. But I like both of those teams to actually advance. I like the Warriors to end up beating the Suns in the next game also. Or not
You mean the Pelicans?
In the series?
Yeah, the Pelicans. Yeah, the Pelicans.
So I agree with Peyton there because I was mentioning it before we started, and we only have 9 minutes. So if you'd like to take it yourself, I like the Pelicans to not make the playoffs at plus 350. I put 25 on it. That just means they have to lose to the Lakers, and then I like them to lose to whoever wins between Warriors and Kings. I'm tossed up with the Warriors and the Kings. I do think Warriors they have obviously more playoff experience, but I love this Kings team. Like I love Sabonis. I love
That was a
Fox.
first round matchup last year too. Was Warriors
Yeah.
Kings?
So it's hard for me to pick. Like I just took the over in that game. I think it was like 224. So I took the over. Because I like it to be a shootout, but I do think the Warriors escape, and I really think if they play the Pelicans, that team moves on.
So Ryan, just to clarify, you're taking Lakers as the 7, Warriors as the 8.
Yes, that would be like my assumption.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
mine
agree.
too.
Dante, Trent.
Yeah, for me, like Lakers and Pelicans, they have the exact same strengths. Both of them are big. And like Peyton said, I mean, Zion's not going to be able to just bull rush the paint, which is what he wants to do. A little bit worried about Anthony Davis with the whole back spasm thing. I don't know what is going on there. Peyton, you can probably tell us more about Anthony Davis's injury history.
Yeah, he said he's fine.
Yeah, the weirder it sounds, it could just be like somebody trying to throw smoke out there and make people think that he's injured when he's
Well, he
actually
left
not.
the game, didn't he? Their
Yeah,
last.
he left the
Yeah,
game.
but that game was already over.
Yeah, I mean he had like 38 points and like 15 rebounds and like 5 blocks. Like my
Incredible
back would hurt from
performance.
carrying too.
Yeah.
Dante.
Well, we didn't get the Trent second game yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you're right.
Oh yeah. I don't think the Kings have any chance. I'm sorry. I love the Kings. They're my second favorite team behind the Hawks, just because Western Conference, Kevin Herter. Love my guy, Red Velvet. They can't guard a parked car. And I also remember what happened last year when Steph had, what did he score? 55?
Yeah,
in the
it was
elimination
something
game.
absurd like
And
that.
that just like it's just not going to leave my mind. So I'm taking the Warriors there. I think the Warriors are kind of terrible. And if they make the playoffs, I don't have them winning a game, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with the Lakers. Yeah, their average margin against the Pelicans, they own them. Actually, I mean, doesn't Anthony Davis just historically own the Pelicans? Isn't that like some?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got Lakers. Not really too much to talk about there. I went back and forth between Kings and Warriors a lot. But yeah, like Trent said, their defense terrible. So I'll take Warriors. I'm gonna take the Pelicans to beat the Warriors as well. And so they'll be the 8 and the Lakers will be the 7.
Yeah, biggest thing for me with the Kings is Malik Monk. Man, they miss him.
Oh, I hate him.
Yeah,
hate
don't
that
ask
man.
Ryan about Malik Monk.
There was like 2 or 3 times where I had something on the Kings, or there was one time where I had like De'Aaron Fox like PRA, and this man was just missing
Yeah, they
every
just sub him
three in the
out.
world in the clutch.
It was
I-
tough.
That's like me.
And
Don't
he
get
can't
me
race it.
started with Luis Santos.
The weird thing is though is that it did end up working out for Ryan and I because the game went to overtime and then we did end up hitting the bet, if you remember that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers as well. I think watching LeBron's glistening body out there is just gonna be so glorious. And I've already
No
said
LeBron hater, by the way.
I've set up my LeBron candlelight vigil for as soon as he's eliminated in the second round by the Nuggets, but he will own the Pelicans. If AD is healthy, obviously, which assuming he is, again,
He's playing, yes.
there's definitely a concern there, but from what we know, I don't think it'll affect them that much. And then I'm I'm lighting the beam, baby. The Kings are going to win that game. I think the Warriors suck. I mean, to be completely honest with you,
They do
not
suck.
good. They're
They
not
do
good.
suck.
they have that playoff pedigree though, and it is weird how like I mean, what is the stat that like every time they've made the playoffs since Steve Kerr was the coach, they've won or at least made the finals. They've won the Western Conference every single time they've made
No,
the playoffs.
that's
That
not
ended
true.
last year.
It ended last year. Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. It did end last year.
They lost to the Nugs.
Yeah, yeah. But
Before that was true though.
there is no denying the playoff pedigree. So I will give the edge to the Kings, and then I think the Kings will edge the Birds and
But who's gooning?
and make the 8th seed. Well, the Lakers will be gooning. in the
Zion is
7th
always
seed.
gooning.
Yeah.
Zion's
Go with
always
Mariah
good.
Mills.
Horny Zion has entered the
Maybe
chat.
that's why he's playing so well now. He's no longer gooning constantly.
James Harden is gooning at the LA strip clubs.
And Russell Brickwood.
Refs are already screwing the
And
Flyers.
then we can just go in reverse order here, and I'll do my Eastern Conference predictions. I'm going to go with the Heat against the Sixers. I think the Sixers are the better team, but I mean, Joel Embiid's been out for a really long time, and that team's
He's
depth.
back, buddy.
No, I know he's back, but I'm just saying he's missed a lot of time, and who knows like how healthy he actually is. I mean, unless he literally can't go, is he going to be not playing in the playoffs? And also, playoff Jimmy's back. Can never count out playoff Jimmy, but above everything else, that team's depth is actually atrocious. Like the Sixers depth. I went to the Hawks Sixers game, and the second Tyrese Maxey fouled out, I was like, there is no way the Sixers are winning this game. And then they got absolutely shafted in overtime. So I'm gonna go with the Heat, and then I'll take the Hawks over the Bulls.
Hey,
I like Murray, and I like Murray, dude. I think he's so good.
he's frustrating to watch. I'll tell you that much.
Should have been a Laker, man. Should have been a Laker.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a really good player, but it's just unfortunate that his value isn't what he actually is.
Yeah. But I think it'll be enough to pass the Bulls, and then I'm going to take the Sixers over the Hawks. So give me the Sixers versus Celtics first round matchup that everyone wants, and then Heat versus Knicks in the 2-7 slot.
Okay. Sorry, I'm raging. Refs are already screwing the Flyers. I'll
Dante,
go.
hold on. Do you have the Angels and Rays game on?
I do not know. I have hockey on right now
The
exclusively.
play Logan O'Hoppe just made was absolutely insane.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm still sidetracked. Puck bounces up in the air, comes that ref blows the whistle before it goes in. What a fucking joke. So I got Sixers over Heat, and Embiid's back. They're on an 8-game win streak. I really like the Sixers in that game. I also like Hawks over Bulls, and then I like the Heat over the Hawks.
You two are the first people I've heard take the Hawks over the Heat, or take the Hawks over the Bulls.
Yeah,
I don't feel like it's
like the
that bold
Hawks
of
in
a
that game.
prediction. I don't know. Maybe I'm surrounded by Hawks fans at work, so
Yeah,
I just think they have more. I don't want to say they're a better team. I think it's going to be a really even game. I don't think Trae Young is good at all, but I do think that I do think he still produces, and I think he's going to produce against the Bulls.
thing about the Hawks is we have the offense to be able to beat any team on any night. And it's just whether or not we can stop their best player from scoring 50 points.
But the Bulls don't really have a go-to guy, in my opinion.
We've actually, and we've played really close games with them for the last like 2 years. It's just always like a nail biter with them. It's
Yeah.
just the two most mid teams of all time.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a really good game. I
don't
just
know.
have the Hawks pulling through.
I don't know if I'd lump the Bulls in there as a mid franchise.
No, he said a
Just right
mid-team.
now. Just right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
right
they're a
now,
mid-team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, Trent, what's your predictions?
All right. So I'm going to take the Heat over the Sixers. I mean, the Heat, I think they just have that playoff energy. Like, Bam Adebayo is going to be able to run circles around a 40% healthy Embiid because I think that's what he's probably at right around now. I don't know if he'll be able to shut him down, but if anyone's going to be able to guard him, it might be Bam. Some random role player, Jaime Jaquez, is probably going to have a huge game. I just like the Heat. Sixers just give me really terrible vibes. And then I'm going to go with the Hawks over the Bulls because of what I said. They can beat any team anytime. We've kind of owned them this year. We've had a couple of one-game winner and then one overtime win. And then I'm going to take the Heat over the Hawks because I think the Hawks are kind of punting on this season.
Wait.
You
just
took the
said
Heat to beat the
you took
Sixers.
the Heat to beat the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
So Sixers over Hawks then?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh,
Sixers over the Hawks. Regardless, for the same reason, because I think the Hawks have kind of punted on this season. I mean, we know that either Trade or DeJounte is going to get traded. We just did not sign Vit Krejci to an extension. Who I don't know if you guys know who the Czech Vit Krejci is.
Yes.
Oh, they're
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
very
Yeah.
aware of
We
him.
do.
Deep in the rotation.
Ryan and I, for like 3 straight weeks, were taking his under on every single prop bet possible every game.
He screwed Peyton out of
Dude.
like $2,000. I mean, I guess technically AD got there on the threes, but
Yeah.
He didn't start the year with us, and he, has been getting some playing time at the end of the season in all these games where nothing really matters and every team is just playing the bottom of the barrel guys, and he looks great, but we didn't extend him. We decided to keep Trent Forrest instead. So I'm pretty not feeling too good about the Atlanta Hawks right now.
I will say the one game that I did watch Vit because I was sweating with Ryan and Peyton.
Dude, he's been good.
I thought he looked terrible. I cannot.
Oh, really?
He looked
He was like a traffic
going
cone out there.
He
He's
set his
definitely a
career high
traffic
that
cone.
game and went over his prop bet.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
All right, for me, I like the Sixers over the Heat. And then I'm 50-50 with this Hawks Chicago game. I feel like on both sides, I don't know who's going to win this 9-10 matchup. I'll go with the Hawks. I always like the faster team to win. And I don't know how fast the Bulls are. I just know Hawks are one of the fastest, both offense and defensive wise. But then I'll probably go with the Heat to beat the Hawks, or if it is the Bulls anyway. So I'll go with Philly at the 7 and Heat at the 8.
Okay, Ryan, after I do mine, can you do us all a favor and pop the bracket up on like the Zoom screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that would be awesome. But the 7-8 game, I am going Philadelphia over Miami. I think there are very few centers in the league who can guard Embiid. Bam might be one. I feel like he's more on like the teetering edge. I feel like Anthony Davis could guard, Rudy Gobert could guard him, but Bam I just think is a little too short. But he is a good versatile defender as he can stretch the floor out on defense. I'm also going Hawks over the Bulls. As much as I love my GOAT, Alex Caruso, the Bulls just don't have a go-to scorer. DeRozan's been good at times this year, but he's also been not good at times this year. And with the inconsistency, I think I'm going to go with the Hawks. But like everybody else has said, I am taking the loser of the 7-8 game to beat whoever wins the 9-10 game in the East. So...
All right. Well,
Yeah,
if
the
we have to
nine.
bracket up, what's actually nice is I can make them on here and we'll
Oh,
save
yes.
them and
Oh,
Yes.
keep
sweet.
track. Um, so I'll just make them all under my ESPN and we'll keep track of everyone. So Peyton, do you want to get us started? We'll go reverse
I'll go
order.
first. So can you put my play-in teams
You
as
cannot. We just have to keep track of them.
okay? So I'll start in the Western Conference. I'll do first round on each first, and then second
Mhm.
round, whatever.
Yeah.
First round, I'm taking the Thunder over the Warriors. I think the Warriors win one game. I think that's Thunder in 5. I'm going to take Clippers over the Mavericks. I really am not a big Clippers guy, but the Mavericks, they literally just have Luka and Lively. So give me the Clippers, except the one game Dante Exum decided to drop
Does
like almost.
Kyrie
Are
Irving
we-
not exist?
Yeah, did he just die?
Dante Exum?
Kyrie.
Oh yeah, Kyrie. Well, he's always hurt.
He might do
you
some
know,
weird shit in the middle of the
Yeah,
series and
he's
just get
dropping conspiracy theories. I don't
arrested or
care.
something.
Give me Clippers in 6 in that one. The next game, sorry Ryan, you're gonna have to click the Suns for me. I'm just not a T-Wolves believer. Now this next one, it's interesting, right?
Oh, is it
Um,
interesting?
It is interesting. I think
No,
it
it
goes 7
is.
games.
It is. We'll get there.
I think it goes 7 games regardless of who wins. But you're getting a more fresh Lakers team this year. They had to play in the Western Conference Finals last year, and the Lakers were the 9 seed in the playoffs. So they had to win 2 play-in games and then make it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. You give me them this year with, a little bit more stamina, and also the Nuggets lost some of their big bench pieces. I think it could go either way, but just for shits and giggles, give me the LeBron KD matchup in the second round. Lakers in 7. Then going to the East. In that game, I think it's Celtics versus Heat is who I have.
Whoever
Give me
your
the
8.
Celtics. Huh?
It was Heat. He had Heat as his 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, give me the Celtics to beat them. I think that's Celtics in like 5. Magic and Cavs. This is probably my favorite.
This is my favorite
to
series,
watch.
easily.
Yes.
To watch, just because they're both young. They're both fun basketball teams to watch. But still give me the Cavs just because they are a little bit older and they have a guy like Donovan Mitchell who can take over a ball game. Bucks and Pacers, it's going to depend on if Giannis is healthy and depending on how many games he misses. If he misses less than 3, give me Bucks. But if he misses 3 or more, I would take the Pacers. But as it stands right now, I think I'm going to go Bucks. And then I'm going to go 76ers over the Knicks. And then the second round of the West, I really don't like the Clippers, but also the Thunder are so young and they have no playoff experience on their team. They're actually younger than some college basketball teams, which is pretty crazy to say. So give me the Clippers in 6. And Suns and Lakers. That's been a fun matchup all year. The games have been close, but I think the Lakers are like 4-1 versus them. So give me the Lakers in that one too. Get the LA Western Conference Finals. And then Celtics Cavs. I think the Celtics win that series pretty easily. The Celtics are just running the gauntlet. And I'm also going to take the 76ers over the Bucks. Just not a Doc Rivers fan over here. I think he's an absolutely god-awful basketball coach. This is where it gets tough because the Clippers I don't even think they've ever made a finals in their franchise existence.
They have not.
But if they are healthy, I'm going to take the Clippers now on here, Ryan, just for that. But I would not be surprised if one of their big 3 gets hurt, that they lose in the Western Conference Finals. I do like them to make the Western Conference Finals, but if they're not healthy, I do think they lose. And give me the Celtics to win that series. I think again it's in like 5, and I'm taking the Celtics to win the finals this year. Does it ask how many points? Oh, okay. Will the
Yeah, we're not doing
finals
that.
MVP score? Oh no, come on. Let me try.
In the 2024 playoffs. Jeez.
Yeah, let me try. So Jason Tatum, I'm going to take to win the finals MVP. And I'm going to say he's going to, this is actually going to be like pretty difficult.
Well, think of-
569 points.
So I'm trying to think what that is like. How many? You said they were going to win everyone in like 6 games, 5 to 6
No,
games.
no. I think they win every series in 5.
Okay, so that's 20 games. I think
Yeah,
you're
that's times
overestimating.
like 25 points.
Okay.
Yeah, 569.
Yeah, 25. Yep, that's good. That's good.
This is such a
Okay,
weird
so would you say
tiebreaker.
5,
It is
69.
569?
Nice.
Bink.
beautiful.
Dante, I'm
Right.
sorry for the
I'm
raise.
sorry. Do we just allow Peyton to say the Lakers are going to the Western Conference back-to-back years after getting out of the plan?
Yes. They still have LeBron and Anthony Davis on the same team.
You know what? The last box for LeBron to check is playing GOAT.
I mean, he's already the in-season tournament GOAT.
Yeah.
That's why it's the last one to check.
No, that title belongs to Anthony Davis.
Oh, really? Who won the MVP, you bot?
I still think Anthony Davis was better.
Bot is a
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
AD,
definitely not
AD
Tyrese
definitely
Halliburton.
should have been the MVP.
Definitely not
Thank you,
Tyrese
Fred.
Halliburton after that goose egg he put up in the championship game. Fuck that guy. He's trash.
He had 0 points.
He damn near. He was bad.
Well, that doesn't sound like a goose egg to me.
Well, they might as
Goose
well.
egg
They
means
lost by
0.
like
You
40
should
points.
refresh yourself on what that means, I think.
They lost by like 40 points, but he just
Well,
coped.
the only goose egg that he put up was in-season tournaments won.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And in-season tournament MVPs won.
Congratulations, you beat the Pacers.
Where's your in-season tournament victory, Jordan?
Yeah.
L.
Yeah. The Pacers would have hung the banner.
They might
In-season
have.
tournament runner-ups.
I can't wait
Tyrese
for the
Halliburton
Clippers to
would have
hang
been
it
their,
for
like-
making the finals.
Ryan, are you up next here?
Yep, I will do up next. Also, it says I can only make 2, so I'm just going to take a photo of them after this, and we'll figure something out after.
Okay.
All right. So I have Thunder over the Warriors. I like it to go like it's so tough because I don't like the young teams to win on the road, but I also don't like the Thunder.
Well, good thing the Thunder aren't going to be the.
Yeah, they're gonna have 4 games at home, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I was going to say. They
They
win
still
in
play
6.
road games.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I was going to say I want them to win in 6, but that would be at Warriors, and I don't really like them to close out a series there. So I'd say Warriors in 7. Give me
Give me
the
Thunder
Clippers
in
over
7.
the Cavs. That one I will take in 6. T-Wolves over the Suns. Give me that in 7. And then Nuggets over the Lakers. Give me that in 5. Going full chalk over here. I'm going to finish the West. Same thing as Peyton. I like the Thunder, but just being so young and the Clippers having so many, like they have the big 3 on their team now kind of healthy. I like them to win here. I would hope the Thunder bring it to like 6. But I think that's their max. They're like 5 or 6 in this series. And then give me the T-Wolves over the Nuggets, baby.
Wow.
Wow, the 2 guys who have went first took their team to make the finals.
And give me the T-Wolves to make the finals.
Oh,
Okay.
And I think at that point the Clippers will be hurt. You'll see my trend here is teams will do good if they've already been playing good without one of their best players.
Is having Cat gone really that big of a deal though?
I mean, it's arguably their
It's
third
relevant.
best player. You need to
Because-
argue second best player. I mean,
It's just the luxury of them having Naz Reid, I think, really makes up for it.
yeah, Naz Reid has been popping off.
Yeah.
TikTok goat.
I like him for 6 man. I like him to win 6 man of the year.
Yeah, I think he will.
If you rewind,
He
to the
better,
beginning of
dude.
the
He
season-
better win it over Malik Monk. If it was at least someone else he's in talks for it with, I wouldn't have too much of a problem. But for it to be
It was
Malik Monk,
I feel like it was Norm Powell for a while where the Clippers were playing out of their minds, but
Yeah, dude, and Norm Powell was like a dog off the bench too.
yeah. I think it was
Um,
3rd in the league in 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
all right, give me the Celtics over the Heat. I do like that one in 5 as well. Give me the Magic over the Cavs in 7.
Hell yeah.
I just like the Magic for you, Michael, just for you. I hate Doc Rivers, so give me the Pacers in 6. And then give me the Knicks over the Sixers. I like that one to go to 7. That sounds like a really good Game 7 series in the Garden. Then same thing. I like what you say about the Celtics being Celtics might go in 5 or 4.
Yeah,
And then I
every
like
series.
the Knicks over the Pacers, and give me the Knicks to move on
Ooh.
to the NBA championship. So I will
Without
have the
Julius
Timberwolves.
Randle.
I will have the Timberwolves breaking the Minnesota Minneapolis
Oh my
championship drought
God.
this year over the Knicks.
You know that they're the
If I
Minnesota
can't if
Timberwolves,
I
right?
can't root for the Minnesota Wild and the New Jersey Devils in the NHL playoffs, you're damn sure I'll root for the Timberwolves and the Knicks in the NBA.
My God. What I mean, this might be the most homer bracket I've ever seen in my
I
entire
also
life.
don't really know who are the Knicks to you.
I mean,
The Knicks
they're
are
like
legit.
close to where I used to live.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're legit.
I
Without
have a
Randall,
We'll see.
future.
We'll see.
I
I
have a
don't think
future
they're
on the
legit without
Thunder.
Randall.
I have a future
Ananobi's
on the
playing
Thunder and the
again.
Timberwolves to win the championship. So I'm
All
rooting for
right.
those two.
Let's move on to Trent's bracket. I think I might throw up if I have to look at this anymore.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. It doesn't have the Lakers in the finals, but
No, Peyton picked the Clippers.
oh, right. Western Conference Finals. Bad enough. All right, I'll start with the
They did it last
West.
year.
Start with the West because the West is by far more interesting. I'm gonna go with the Thunder over the Warriors in 5. I think Steph goes off for a crazy, 40, 50 point game. I mean, he's just gonna shoot 35 times. And I think they'll take one at home, but the Thunder are ridiculously good. They can't rebound, but neither can the Warriors. So I think it plays to their advantage. And then the Clippers Mavericks. This is my other favorite series besides the Cavs Magic. I think this is going to 7, and I'm going to go with the Clippers. They've got health on their side right now, and Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. I mean, even just last year, he was unbelievable. And parts of the season, I mean, we saw shades of, I want to say 2019. So yeah, give me the Clippers. Mavericks couldn't play any defense in the beginning of the year. I think Paul George, James Harden, and Kawhi all getting thrown at them at the same time. They're not going to know what to do. And Clippers are deep too, which the Mavericks are really not at all. Also, Jason Kidd sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
Also true.
yeah. Timberwolves Suns. This is another cool series. I've got the T-Wolves in 6. I think the Suns are going to pop off a couple of games just like they did last year with KD and Booker just shooting unbelievably. But the T-Wolves, if anyone is built to beat the Suns, it's them. They have the defenders to do it. Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Anthony Edwards can clamp if he wants to. So I look
Luka
forward to
Garza.
seeing him. Yeah, Luka Garza.
Yeah, the worst defensive efficiency in the NBA. Yeah, really.
Is that true?
Yeah, I saw a guy talking about him when
checks out.
they were like even the
I didn't
greatest
even think he was
scorers
still in the
can't
league.
play. And he had one of the best offensive efficiency ratings in the NBA, but he was like bottom 2 in defensive efficiency.
He's also been playing a little bit more since Cat's gotten injured.
He can score though. He
Yeah, he went off.
I
I think this isn't a crazy, but he shot like 3 threes in one game.
Dude, he can shoot. He can
Yeah,
score.
I mean
posting
that
highlight
sounds
reels of him.
exactly like Iowa Luka Garza, so it sounds like he hasn't changed a bit.
I can't lie. T-Wolves have not been the most fun watch in the world, so I have not been paying attention to them recently. Their offense is just real clunky. That's why I think it's going to get to 6. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Ant talking shit to Devin Booker and then him crying. That'll be fun. And then Nuggets Lakers. I do think the Lakers are going to win a game this time. I think it's Nuggets in 5. And look at me picking all the higher seeds, but that's usually what happens in basketball, unless you're the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are just so dominant. I mean, the 1 through 5 is arguably the best in the league besides Boston. And Jokic is a literal supercomputer. And I think LeBron's going to have a really, really amazing game. I think he's probably going to have multiple amazing games. This is a true test for him. Like if he can go in and beat the Nuggets in the first round, I'm not saying my opinion is going to change on who the GOAT is, but that's like a notch in that direction. And then give me the Clippers over the Thunder. I'm going to go with experience here, and I think the injury luck is, knock on wood, finally going to go the Clippers' way. At the beginning of the year, I had the Clippers making the finals to play the Celtics, so I'm a big Clippers guy. They've been pretty terrible at the end of the season, but I think they're just coasting, honestly. And Kawhi's been kind of low managing, waiting for the playoffs. So I think the experience of the Clippers is going to take down the Thunder. And then give me the Nuggets over the T-Wolves. I don't really think there's too much to be said about that. I mean, I just think the Nuggets are an absolute juggernaut. Built for the playoffs, they just close every game perfectly. And the Timberwolves offense is just, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything late game. So I think there's going to be a lot of close games, and it comes down to the end, and the Nuggets are going to take them just like they did with the Lakers last year. And then give me the Nuggets go in the finals again. And I'm going to take them as my champion. Sorry for spoiling it.
I like it.
I couldn't tell from all the glazing you were doing.
Yeah, sorry. I've got my calculator out when I'm watching Nuggets games, so I'm a little biased.
He goons when he watches them.
Yeah, I'm on Basketball Reference every time.
Big Jokic goon guy over here.
I do love the Clippers though, and I think that series will be awesome if it comes to that. I would also love to see the Thunder go to the Western Conference Finals, and I definitely think they can do it. If there was one that I'm not sure about, it's definitely the Clippers Mavs and then the Thunder Clippers. But speaking of being sure about a series, the Celtics are, I think, going to sweep the first round against the. I don't even know how the play-in works anymore.
They would be playing the Sixers in this.
Yeah, if you took them to
The
beat
Sixers-
the Heat, then they're playing the Sixers.
Yes. So
Wait, no. Sorry.
No,
no,
he does have the
I
Heat
took the
beating the
Heat.
Sixers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if you have the Sixers beating the Hawks, then that's sorry.
So they're playing the Heat in my scenario. I totally forget.
No, the Celtics are playing the Sixers in your scenario because you
Okay.
have the Heat. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's Celtics Sixers, I'm going to take Celtics in 4. I'm a massive Sixers hater. Embiid is my least favorite player in the league. I think he's going to get slandered though, because I think he's actually really injured and he's trying to rush back right now, and it's just really unfortunate timing. And that's coming from the biggest Embiid hater on the planet. So I feel bad for him, but I think they're going to get swept. Love Tyrese Maxey though.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, that 1 through 5 for Boston can just you can just throw anyone at any offensive player in the other team, and they might not score.
Yeah.
And then my favorite series of the playoffs, at least in the first round, Cavs Magic. I absolutely love the Magic. Give me Magic in 6 because their offense is a little clunky. Paolo's the only real shot creator on their team. Franz can do it sometimes, but he's shooting really, really bad this year. Jonathan Isaac might be the best defender in the NBA, and I think the Cavs. Evan Mobley is going to be useless against them. The Twin Towers thing, I think, is just not going to work against that Magic team and the way they play defense. I don't know if y'all watched the Bucks Magic game the other night, but the Magic defense is just unbelievable.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of low scoring games that they've won.
Yeah, I forgot to shout out Jalen Suggs too. Jalen Suggs on Donovan Mitchell. He might not even take a shot. He's just going to be running around trying to guard him as hard as he can.
Known boyfriend of Paige Becker's.
Really?
Yeah. They went to high school together and everything.
Oh my God.
Elite high
They
school.
they should have kids.
You think he
And-
piped?
Chet Holmgren also went to that high school.
One of those Gonzaga high
Damn.
schools
Yeah.
You think
on Spokane.
Suggs piped Chet Holmgren?
No,
What?
leave that to Jalen Green and Josh Christopher.
Hey, you look genuinely disgusted by the thought of that.
All right, what's the next one?
All right, on that note, on that road, speaking of disgusting, Doc Rivers. This is my favorite upset pick of the playoffs. I wish the Giannis news had come out, or hadn't come out, because the odds got shifted a lot. Pacers are plus 100 right now. But I still think they're going to win. I mean, the Bucks are just old and slow, and I don't really know how long Giannis is going to be out for. But if there's one team in the playoffs that I feel the worst about without their star player, it's probably the Bucks. Maybe the Nuggets without Jokic, but I'm not.
Oh, the Nuggets without Jokic would.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be really bad. Yeah, like Giannis, I think I'm hearing that he's going to be in for the back half of the series, but that's assuming they even make it a series. They're old and slow. They can't guard anyone. The Pacers are the fastest team in the league, one of the best offenses. I think there's going to be a couple of absolute blowout games. Also, the Bucks have lost by an average of 8 points in the regular season. They're 1-4 against the Pacers this year. And their only win against them was when Giannis had 64 points.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Might be okay.
Good. Yeah, so give me the Pacers, favorite upset. And then the Knicks. Like I said earlier, I think the Knicks are legit. It'll be Knicks Heat. The defense, as I mentioned with the Magic, the Knicks probably have the second best defense besides maybe the Timberwolves, but I kind of like the way the Knicks are playing better right now. Anunoby is back. They're just going to stick him on Jimmy Butler. Same thing. I think Jimmy Butler's not. I mean, I'm not going to say that he's not one of the elite playoff performers right now because of what happened last year, but I just really haven't seen it this season. It's like he's barely shown up to work. And I know that's what happens every year, but I just don't really believe that he's going to be able to carry them like he did last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
It's just an NBA problem at this point, not showing up to work.
Yeah. Also expect Dante DiVincenzo to have like a 8 3-point game. Celtics Magic. I'm gonna do a little reality check with the Magic, and I'm gonna say the Celtics in 5. Not a whole lot to be said. I just don't think the Magic can outscore them. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. Pacers Knicks. I think Pacers also are gonna get put in their place a little bit. If anyone can stop them, it's definitely the Knicks. Halliburton hasn't been the same since the All-Star break. I definitely think he rushed that hamstring back, and he just doesn't really have that first step that he used to, that just let him drive and kick like he was in the first half of the season. And then give me the Celtics in 7. That series, if it happens, Celtics Knicks is going to be unbelievable. The Garden and MSG.
The old heads are going to go crazy over that one.
Oh yeah, and the NBA is going to want it to happen too. I forgot to mention.
Oh yeah, Spike Lee finna go crazy.
Oh yeah. Two of the most obnoxious and annoying fan bases of all time, also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notably.
Definitely Boston.
Definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Which, having the Nuggets and Clippers on the opposite side, like maybe. I mean, I don't know about you, Peyton, because I know the LA teams are rivals, but like I've never heard Clippers fans say jack shit. Maybe
it's just because they don't.
I think that's because we live out here.
It could be that.
Well, no, but I'm on like I'm on Angels Twitter, and there's still no Clippers fans.
You think the new stadium in that fan section is gonna get some actual fans?
I mean, it looks cool, but I mean, every game they play at home is basically a Lakers home game. It doesn't matter even if the Lakers are playing or not.
Yeah, but I like to see the owner like taking some kind of initiative.
Yeah, I wish he was trying to buy the Angels last year too before our shitty owner took him off the for sale block.
Which do you think is worse, Clippers, Lakers, or Nets, Knicks? Because I think it's worse to be
owning
Nets.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that's close because the Nets.
Do y'all remember that game with McCall Bridges at the free throw line? It was a Knicks-Nets game, and they were in Brooklyn, and it was like people booing him at the free throw line in the clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, that just kind of checks out.
The Lakers
makes
have a little
sense.
more success than the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks realistically, like how successful of a franchise are they? And
Yeah.
the disparity is still that high between the two franchises is pretty crazy.
The
Nets
Maple
should have
Leafs
stayed
of
in Newark.
basketball. Yeah, I agree. I really think they should have stayed in New Jersey.
Yeah, those
Um,
teams that had Darren Williams were so fun.
And RJ.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
And
Dante.
then let's go to the NBA Finals. I already chose the Nuggets. The Celtics are just they have that DNA of a team that just almost gets it done, like the 49ers. It just falls apart at the worst possible time.
I like that comparison.
yeah, that is.
Yeah,
a good
I mean, I've been
comparison.
seeing it all over my timeline, and I couldn't agree more. Celtics are the best team on paper easily, but Jason Tatum, man, like when it comes down to it, late game, I do not want the ball in that guy's hand. I'm sorry.
Give it to Jaylen Brown, Mr. Hansel Emmanuel.
I mean, I really want it in Derek White's hands, to be honest. I mean, that man is so clutch, but Tatum, everyone knows the step back three is coming every time, and he's 6'10". He just needs to go to the basket, but he won't do it because he thinks he's Kobe.
Derek White's just hard to look at, to be
But I think he's playing a lot more because they're kind of just been throwing. But that is it named Hauser?
Oh yeah,
Hauser
Sam Hauser. He's a sniper, but
Yeah, he is good.
yeah.
Is he the Virginia legend or the Michigan State legend? I get him mixed up.
Also, I
I
don't
think
know
that's
if you
Michigan
guys know
State one.
this. Peyton Pritchard has played every single game this year.
Oh, did
He's
you see
solid.
this, Trent?
What?
Before we go to Dante's bracket, Ryan was talking about Naz Reid for sixth man of the year earlier.
Oh, and he started like 40 games
Yeah.
or whatever.
No, DiVincenzo played in every game this season but one. He played 52 minutes in one game and is not eligible to win Most Improved Player this year because he missed the minute restriction by 9 total seconds.
9 seconds.
Oh
9
my
seconds.
God. That's pretty
Oh,
terrible.
come on, they can't make an exception for 9 seconds.
No,
They
And
can't-
he played
they
in
can't make an
every game
exception?
but one.
That's crazy.
you can't
That
make an
hurts.
exception because then where do you draw the line? Like
No, yeah, that's true.
They might
I
as
was
well
about to
make-
People
say
would be like, "Oh, they just giving him that because he's white."
they should make an exception for my glorious king, Jalen Johnson, for most improved.
I love Jalen Johnson.
What does the award actually mean? Is what I'm saying because like Tyrese Maxey was just as good last year.
Yeah.
I don't know about just as good, but I mean, he was still definitely like a
I
all-star
mean, like
caliber
the
player.
efficiency's gone down. More shots. He's just. I mean, he has a way bigger workload, obviously, so the looks just aren't going to be as good.
Right.
So he's channeling his inner Trae Young.
You know what?
Right, Dante.
All right. So I'll start out in the West like everyone else has. I have Thunder Pelicans. Give me Thunder in 7. I think the Pelicans push them to the brink. Young team. I don't love what they have a ton outside of SGA, but I think he's going to be able to pull through for them. So give me the Thunder in 7. I like
You're not
the
a
Clippers.
Giddy fan, Dante?
I mean, he's a Wander fan, so he might as
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
Something about
I
it.
don't know about fan. I mean, I threw away my jersey.
Dante's
for him.
familiar with their game.
Josh Giddey, the slob wizard.
Josh Kidd.
Give me the Clippers in 5. I think Luka steals the game, but I just think the Clippers in the playoffs are going to be so dominant. I like the Suns to win in 6. I think I like the Timberwolves defense, but again, I mean KD, one of the probably the best scorer ever. If you're just talking about scoring, I like what they have. I like their star players, no matter how healthy they may be during the year. It's the playoffs now, so I like the Suns, and then I'll take the Nuggets over the Lakers in 7. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think Joker gets it done at the end, and the LeBron play-in GOAT thing it's still kind of there because they still took it to 7, so it's still definitely more than respectable for a play-in team against the defending champs. But yeah, I still like the Nuggets to pull through. Give me the Clippers over the Thunder in 6. I think the Thunder again. I think they're just too young. Like Peyton said, they're younger than some college basketball teams. So Clippers have the experience with Kawhi, and I just think that they're going to pull through. I'll take the Nuggets over the Suns, also in 6. I think it'll be a competitive series, um, but yeah, I just think the Nuggets would pull through just like they did against the Lakers. And I'll take the Clippers over the Nuggets in 6. I think it'll be another good series. I think Kawhi's going to get on his 2019 vibes. The team, again, like Trent knocking on wood, I think they're going to stay healthy, and I think they're going to pull through. Eastern Conference, Celtics over the Heat in 4. I think they're going to sweep them. I don't think it's going to be close. I'll take Cavs over Magic in 7. Also, my favorite first round series. It'll be fun. I think Donovan Mitchell has enough to do it. I don't like what the Magic have been doing on offense, despite how good the defense has been. I'll take Pacers over the Bucks. Again, without Giannis, I don't think that they're the same team. And Doc Rivers is also just not a very good coach. If they lost to the Heat last year in the first round with an injured, I guess Giannis was still playing, but he was playing gimpy. I'll take the first team to score 10,000 points since 1982 to win one round, and then in the 2-7, I went back and forth a lot. I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with the Sixers. I might change a couple more times. I think it's gonna go to 7, but yeah, I think Embiid's gonna get it done. I don't think he's as hurt as some people might think he is. They are on an 8-game winning streak right now. I know a lot of it's been against some inferior competition, but those were games they weren't even winning whenever they didn't have Embiid. So I'll take Sixers. Give me Clippers over Cavs, or sorry, Celtics over Cavs in 5. I think Mitchell can maybe win on one game, but not much more than that. And then I'll take Sixers over the Pacers. The Pacers Miles Turner might be able to hold his own a little bit against Embiid, but the guard defense is not there. Maxey might have 40 points in 2 or 3 games. Their guard D is just not good. Um, and then I'll take the Celtics over the Sixers in. I think the Sixers will be able to win a game. I'll say 5. And then in my biggest upset, I'm going to take the Clippers to beat the Celtics. Like, same comparison. I think Tatum, when it comes to the big moment, is going to fold Kawhi on his 2019 vibes. If that whole big three's healthy, it's going to be really dangerous. If they can get enough from their role players, I think they'll be able to beat the Celtics in 7.
I
I think that's
agree
a
as
good
long as they
matchup for the
keep Russell
Clippers.
Westbrook off the court as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah. If they get some other backup point guard support or some other guard support outside of Westbrook, I think they'll be able to. I think they definitely have it in them to win the whole thing.
Hey, and
For
you just
those
got Lakers Westbrook in your head.
for those of us that are
Yeah,
in the
he was
mood to
not
bet,
good, bro. He was
the
not.
Lakers live line is +5.5. They are down 8 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Plus
LeBron
190.
has 3 points.
Who
Big old
does?
goose egg. All right. Um, since we've gone through this now, 4 times? I'll try to keep it brief. Give me the Thunder over whatever team comes out of that bottom part of the West. I'm taking the Clippers over the Mavericks, although again, I mean, shit, I think it could go either way. Give me the Suns over the T-Wolves. I just think that the star power the Suns have, Beal has been playing really well. I feel like, and if he's at the top of his game, and you pair that with KD and D Book, I don't know. I love Anthony Edwards, so it pains me to say it. But give me the Suns. I'm taking the Nuggets over the Lakers. I don't know. I don't see a world that the Lakers beat. I guess I do see a world where the Lakers win it. I will say that I think this is like the one year that I'm looking at the Western Conference, and I legitimately think that any team 1 through 7 could come out of the conference, and I wouldn't be like shocked. Um, even 1 through 8, shit. If the Warriors squeeze in as the 8, I mean, I'm really never going to count them out. Give me the Thunder. Or I'm sorry, give me the Clippers over the Thunder. I like their big 3, and I also like their depth a little bit more, and same argument, young guys on the Thunder. Give me the Suns over the Nuggets. Suns over the Nuggets.
Wow.
The big three, man. Like
Is
I
it
They
think
can
it's
score. They
is
can
it
score.
Nurkic guarding Jokic that's really pushed you over?
I've liked Nurkic since he was on the Blazers. But yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna have an issue with him, but I think it's gonna be everywhere else on the court that really gets them.
By the way, people have to give Nurkic his flowers because he is one of the best passing big men that doesn't get talked about.
He's really good offensively.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
a
he's
perfect
a
fit
lot
for that
better
team.
than I thought he was going to be this year.
Yeah, because Aiton needed the ball, but Nurkic it would rather pass.
Yeah. And I don't think the Suns have great depth necessarily, but like if they can keep like one of those guys on the floor at all times, I give them the advantage over the Nuggets in the depth department if they're able to manage the rotation to where like at least one of those three guys is on the floor while the Nuggets bench players are on the floor. Um, I'm not sure how they managed to do that, but and then give me the Suns over the Clippers. Fucking, I'm taking the Suns big three over the Clippers.
I don't mind it.
Um, I feel like they're gonna make a deep run. I feel like a lot of those guys are hungry to win a chip. I mean, D-Book lost it that one year against the Bucks. KD has something to prove to. I mean, I guess you could say like without Steph, but he does have Devin Booker and Bradley Beal on his team now.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bradley Beal has just been poverty forever with the poverty Wizards. So it'll be interesting to see him back in the playoffs for once.
This would actually be a KD chip, though.
It would be more of a KD chip than the others, but Devin Booker is still nice with it, and so is Beal.
For his legacy.
It would be, yes, I agree. Give me the Celtics over the Sixers. I think that'll be a great series. I think it might even go 7 games, just if Embiid is actually not playing at 40%. I'm going to take the Orlando Magic over the fucking Cavaliers because go Magic basically. But I do like that Cavs team, so it is going to be really a great series. I just like everything about it, from Okoro on the depth side of things, and Allen and Mobley, and I mean obviously Donovan Mitchell, and I like that team a lot. So it's kind of tough to take the Magic over them because I do like them over a lot of the other teams in the East, or could see them upsetting. Give me the Pacers because fuck Doc Rivers. No one likes Doc Rivers, and we want to see him fail. And then give me the Heat over the Knicks. Give me the Heat over the Knicks. If the Knicks had Julius Randle, I think they could win the whole thing. Like I truly do. They had a little bit of a shaky moment there when Isaiah Hartstein said he was black. I think it might have fucked up the locker room chemistry a little bit. I don't know what that was, but now they're on like a 5-game win streak, so maybe they're back. But I don't know. I like.
Are you trying to tell a black man right now that he's not black?
If the Knicks could end racism and win a championship this year, that would be historic.
I mean, would that be the most New York moment of all time, that a black Jewish person wins
It
would
would be one of the New York moments of all time.
It would be the most New York thing of all time. But no, in all seriousness, though, I do think they're a good team, but I think they're so much more complete with Randall, and I think that the Heat are just they're a playoff team. Like someone will come out, like you said, Trent, like some random guy will just come off the bench and put up. I mean,
also Duncan Robinson's been great this year. He could have a good playoff series.
He was great in the bubble too, I remember.
Yeah.
Bubble Duncan Robinson was fun to watch.
And in 20 years, they're going to be posting TikTok clips of Duncan Robinson had ice in his veins.
Except in the finals.
Yeah, it was not great in the finals.
All right, give me the Celtics over the Magic. It won't even be close, I don't think. And then give me the Pacers over the Heat.
Oh.
All right,
Pacers
ECF.
We're not gonna have a 6v6 ECF or NBA championship matchup. I think that would be pretty crazy. So give me the Celtics. just because I don't think it'll happen. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see if I wonder if that's ever happened. I don't think anything like that.
Probably not.
We could probably count on one hand the number of sixes that have made the finals alone. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we just acting like an 8 didn't make it last year.
Well, yeah, but I feel like the 6
For both teams.
Yeah, I mean, like how many 8s have made it to the final?
At least I think they were the first one last year, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
Well, the Rockets were a 6 seed in 1995. So they're the lowest seeded champion ever.
It was a 6.
Lowest seeded matchup was the Supersonics 4 seed and the Bullets as a 3 seed.
Well,
Wow.
Should have taken Lakers money line, man. They've already tied the game back up.
that's what I was saying. I feel like if there was a time to take it, it was at the end of the first quarter. All right, and then give me the Suns. Give me the Suns, baby. The 49ers of the NBA are not going to win the whole thing. I'm gonna take the Suns.
So what's the Suns NFL comp then?
What's the Suns what?
NFL comp? It's hard because there's
He's a
not that much
deep
player
thought.
movement.
You just
The Arizona-
bamboozled him, Trent.
The Arizona Cardinals, if they won the
What?
if they won the Super Bowl 2 years after they lost to the
The only
Steelers.
similarity there is they're both from
The city of Phoenix.
Arizona.
No, I really don't know.
That was a tough one. I'm sorry.
You're stumping me here.
You got to think of a team that like Devin Booker was already on the team. They
you
acquired,
know what? I got it. The Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I
Los
don't hate
Angeles
it.
Rams.
I don't hate it.
They go out and sign a few big free agents after losing in the final or losing in the Super Bowl a couple years back.
I love it.
The Lakers are on a 15-2 run.
Should have bet it.
Gabe Vincent is back to Miami Heat playoff Gabe Vincent right now.
I've already
Give them
got the
rock.
Lakers. Gabe Vincent off the backboard.
All right.
Well, speaking
I
of
guess
teams that
wraps up.
aren't going to be from Arizona anymore, the Coyotes. We can move into hockey now.
Yeah, I'll
and
go
we
mute
can also
now.
move in because I
I'll go
think
ahead
you
and
like
mute
this,
myself.
Dante. I think you're liking what's going on behind me.
Yeah, well, I'm not liking what's going on in the Flyers game because so a little bit of backstory on how exactly the refs screwed them. So, shot goes up off the blocker, puck goes in the air, right? It's not like the goalie caught it or something and had it in his glove for a second and then it came out and the ref blew a quick whistle. The puck is in the air, off the blocker. Ref blows the play dead and it goes in. They go and they review it and they say that it was a result of the Capitals players stopping, even though the goalie literally had no idea where the puck was and was still looking for it when it went in. No goal, Capitals score 1-0 Caps. It's a joke. Oh wait, is that a goal? I guess it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. This game should be tied up right now. They're beyond frustrating.
Do the
What
Flyers
was that
need to win in
goal?
regulation if the rest of the teams lose?
Yes, the Flyers need to win in regulation because if they win in regulation, they'll be tied in regulation wins, regulation overtime wins, the head-to-head because the first matchup doesn't count. It only would count because they played an uneven amount of games at home. They would take out the Flyers' first home game, so they'd be 1-1 each with a regulation win. And then it would come down to goal differential, which the Flyers would have on the Capitals, and then they would have the regulation wins tiebreaker over the Red Wings.
Yeah, a solid -25 to -38 in the goal differential department.
It's honestly sad. While this has been one of the most entertaining playoff races ever, it's also been one of the worst playoff races ever. None of these teams deserve to make the playoffs.
Rest in piss, Bozo, Jack Edwards.
Yes.
You will not be missed. Hate from Atlanta.
Hate from Fort
Is
Myers.
he done? I didn't see this. Is he done broadcasting?
He's
He's retiring after the Bruins playoff run.
God, I hope they lose in 4.
So, Michael, how does it feel now that Mr. Goldie Goldstein now takes the crown for most biased announcer in the league?
It's an honor, and he is a true fan, and I appreciate that. But yeah, he's pretty damn biased.
Well, also, let's hold the phone and wait to see who the next Bruins play-by-play guy is, because
Gonna be
knowing Boston folk, they could easily retain the crown.
it's
You
gonna
all
be
see that
Pittsburgh.
Zdeno Chara dropped a 3 hour and 30-minute marathon? What a legend.
It's pretty
At
crazy.
6'9",
At
and at that
6'9".
age, that's actually an insane accomplishment.
Like, I don't even know, like I feel like because I eventually want to run a marathon. I can't even say that I'll beat 3 hours and 30 minutes off right now, confidently.
Yeah, and you're a normal running height at a more ripe age.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The Leafs are up 2-0 on the Cats. No Matthews goal, thank
I know,
God.
yeah, I took Matthews' goal twice, so
Twice.
I have it on 2 separate parlays.
And
Oh, on
against me.
parlays. Respectable.
Why they're like not resting him? I guess they want to get him to 70, but like it's playoff time. What are we doing?
If he gets hurt, there'll be some
Their seating is all but set, so I don't really understand what the
Toronto media would lose their shit.
But I am happy that the Leafs are beating the Panthers because I would much rather play the Maple Leafs than the Lightning in the first round. That could come back to bite me in the ass, but I do think the Lightning are a more complete team with more playoff experience. And they just underperformed at the beginning of the year. So
We may have to do a little
agreed.
a little short trio pod special for the NHL playoffs since they're starting on the 19th.
Yeah,
we might have to
Peyton,
get.
you could go play 2K or the MLB The Show or something.
Did Payne just join and just listen? Just anytime there's the mention of the Ducks, he just pops
Buddy,
in.
I've been sitting here playing MLB the whole time.
And then
Respectable.
Dante, you did bring up the future Utah, whatever they're called. I was watching a hockey guy YouTube video today. And he was talking about like what possible names they might go with for the new Utah team. And one of them, I don't know where he saw it, but he said like the 5 most predicted ones. One of them was the Miners. And he was like, I don't know if that's a good one to go with because you're gonna have the Preds versus the Miners 3 to 4 times a year.
Oh no.
Predators
Yeah.
versus Miners.
I'm trying to remember what they were.
Preds
I
in
didn't
4.
really.
Preds are just
I
going
did.
to shove it down their throat. They won't know.
I didn't really love too many of the mock-up names. Like a lot of them sounded. I kind of like the playing off of like the bees and the wasps and stuff that are in Utah. But I can't think of any names that would really like pertain to that. That doesn't sound like a youth
Salt
team.
Lake Bees they're a lit AAA franchise.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know. I saw someone say like the Stingers.
Yeah, the
That
Stingers is up there.
How about the Salt Lake Soakers? Where are we at with that one?
Someone put that in their honorable mentions, and I see no way that possibly doesn't get approved by the NHL. I mean, I can't think of anything that would go wrong.
The
Big part of
Soakers?
culture there.
Oh, does someone need to fill Trent in on what soaking is?
I don't think the Mormons would like it very much.
Well, it's owned by a Mormon.
I thought it was like their culture.
I mean,
is it supposed to be like from something?
oh, are you unaware of the Mormon soaking?
No, I don't. I'm unaware.
Okay, so soaking is when. All right, wait, I got this, guys. All right, so soaking
Quick
is
detour.
when. Okay. So we have person A here. We have person B right here. So we have person A entering person B. But there's a person C. So the Mormons can't have sex until
Well,
they're.
no, I think so. No, I think you're mixing them up. There's soaking and there's bed rocking.
No,
They're two
no, that
separate
is
things.
soaking.
No, I think it's the same thing.
It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Does soaking involve the bed rocking, or is there a
Well,
different
no,
name?
because I thought soaking was just like keeping it, like you don't move. where
You're right. I
bedrocking-
think it's called something else,
I mean, bedrocking is added on to the soaking.
but it's not called
Bedrock.
bedrocking.
During the soak.
Anyway, could we get a if we're gonna tell this, could we do
So
it as
not
quickly
every
as we can
soaker is a
move
bedrocker.
Well, no.
But
Okay, yes,
every
it's like
bedrocker is
on?
a
But every
soaker.
bedrocker is a
Bedrocker's
soaker.
it's like a square. It's like a square and a rhombus. Not every bed. Yeah. Okay.
A
So
square and a rhombus.
well, not every.
But it's
not
a
every.
square and a rectangle. Is that comparison?
No, it works with a rhombus as well. Not every square is a rhombus, but not every rhombus is a square.
That's definitely the saying for a rectangle.
No, it's also the. No, that's right. Yeah.
No, yes, it is for a rectangle, but it's also for a rhombus too. Anyway, the rhombus jumps on the opposite side of a bed, and the person supposedly feels some kind of friction, but they can't thrust because it's against their religion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
External forces are causing it to happen in their mind.
Right.
So anyway,
Like-
yeah, I don't really like the Yetis. I think that's a bad team name.
He mentioned the Utah State reptile is the Gila monsters.
That'd be pretty fucking sick.
They can't just do monsters because
awesome.
isn't that the
Cleveland.
Colorado AHL affiliate?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is like I feel like Gila monsters are also native to Arizona, and I don't know. When I think of a Gila monster, I think of Arizona.
I like the
Gilas-
Badgers. They would be stealing from
Personally,
Wisconsin.
I don't think of Gila monsters ever.
People wouldn't know
Yeah,
how to say
I
that
can't
either.
say Gila monsters have ever popped into
Little
my
known
imagination.
fact about me, but I wanted to be a reptile scientist when I was growing up. 'Cause I
Yeah,
was-
not very little known to me.
not for you, Dante, obviously, because we live together.
I mean, it's almost like you're his twin brother, Dante.
Share one.
Buddy used to absolutely fiend
You
for the
soaked
bearded
together.
dragons.
I did. My buddy and I used to breed them. Anyway,
Yeah.
Wraps up the NHL talk. All
All
right.
right,
Do we want to?
non-puck knowers, you can hop back in.
Do we want to? Do we have any updates? We can talk about our Rays Angels game that we went to, and if there's any other MLB news. So I usually trash on Hard Rock. I don't know if many other apps have it, but I love the live betting options for baseball. It makes it enjoyable for me. So Trent, we went to the Angel Rays yesterday, and I started. I was at one point at $15 in my account, and I live bet on what would happen at an at bat, what the next pitch would be if it was a strike ball or in play. I worked it up to $317 just from live betting the next play in a baseball game. Electric scenes. I won like
In-play
$100.
It's a game within
is
itself.
typically plus odds.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like
what
there was a
is-
time where I was doing like $20 on in play out, and it hit 3 times in a row. I did Jose Siri $15 to have a single, won me $100. Like it was just so fun to watch. And then I
That'd be
stopped
hard to
once.
keep track of.
Yeah, once there was a dumb play that should have been a hit that wasn't recorded as a hit. That's when I
No,
decided to
Ryan,
withdraw my
it
money.
only should have been a hit to you. So what happened was the bases were loaded, and there was a grounder to the shortstop, and he threw the guy out at home, and then tried to turn two, but didn't get Yandy out at first. And Ryan goes, "Oh, so that's a hit, right?" Because he ended at first. I mean, you got a guy out.
But if that guy on third base was faster, it would have been a hit.
But he wasn't.
Or if the guy that
So
hit the
that's
ball
not the
didn't hit the
hitter's
ball to
fault.
the shortstop, it would have been a hit.
Ryan,
Any
your
other
logic on this is just so flawed.
I don't know. The Angels are beating the Rays again today. We hit back-to-back home runs, Moniak and Ohapi.
Brilliant.
That's really been all the offense aside from like a fielder's choice RBI for the Rays with Harold Ramirez.
Wow, you're saying Harold Ramirez hit into a fielder's choice? I, for one, am shocked.
Um,
That was my best betting advice to Ryan yesterday. Was in play out was plus 100 for Harold Ramirez. I might start doing that every time he comes up to bat,
and
I
Nolan
might win $1
Shawano.
million.
because Shawano does not strike out, but he does not hit for power.
Yeah. Nolan Shawwell and Harold Ramirez. It might actually be free money to just do that every time for every at bat the whole year. You might end up a millionaire.
I also did a parlay yesterday just because we were going to the game, so I felt like I had to have something on it. A couple of the bets got voided on it because Ohapi didn't catch yesterday. But I turned 50 into 150. So that was fun to do while sitting at the game. But baseball's been fun this year.
Loving it.
Got teams like the Royals. They've really impressed me. Off my $20 for the Royals to win the AL Central, bet at plus 900 preseason. Liking that right now. They're already giving me a positive cash out. So that's nice. But yeah, it's been a fun season so far. Still young, so
it's a lot of fun
The
when the young
biggest-
teams are good.
yes.
I agree. It's fun
The
to see new
Nationals,
teams.
the Royals,
The
the
A's
Orioles,
are decent.
obviously.
Yep. CJ Abrams, Alpharetta
Yep.
native, is having an absolutely insane year.
My high school classmate.
Yep. Trent's high school classmate, my elementary school opponent. He's on my dynasty team. I love watching him play. I mean, if he starts hitting bombs like this, he's already got 4. He's going to be one of the best shortstops in the league. I think the biggest surprise to me, other than maybe the A's not being terrible, is the NL Central in general. Just the NL Central. Every single team in the NL Central has been playing solid baseball, and I didn't think any team in the NL Central was going to be bad, but I didn't think the Brewers were going to be good. And they've impressed me. I didn't think the Pirates were going to be good. They've impressed me. I thought the Reds would be good, but I've been seeing more from their pitching than what I would have thought.
Yeah.
So I definitely think the NL Central, not being the definition of mid this year like I thought they would be, has been my biggest surprise.
Cubs are guaranteed to be mid.
Yeah, I knew the Cubs. I thought it was going to be the Cubs good and everyone else mediocre fighting for 83 wins. But they've all I definitely think if anyone ends up winning that division, except maybe the Pirates, I think they'll fall, but anyone else wouldn't shock me at all.
No, the most surprising thing to me has been how freaking bad the Houston Astros are.
That too, yeah.
It's a lot of
That's
scheduling,
another
though, I
thing.
feel like.
No, I mean they've who was their first series?
It was Yankees, and they got
yeah, I
swept.
guess the Yankees have surprised me too.
That's the biggest
for a
shock
good
to me
reason.
this year.
They
The
surprised me
Yankees
for
didn't
a
do
good
it.
reason. But
Yeah.
they're gonna regress, dude. If you look at everybody else's WRC plus aside from Juan Soto, it's sub 100.
There's no way Stan can keep this going, I don't think.
Yeah, Judge
at his
might
age.
be up over 100 now too. But those are to be expected. But their pitching has just not been good either. I don't know how they're winning ball games.
Yeah, it's been shocking that their pitching's been holding up without Cole, but that's what I think is going to start to fall apart at some point.
And also those shitty gimmicks that Nestor Cortez does, they should ban them.
I don't understand how faking a pitch and then
Like
throwing
pump
it is
faking?
legal.
You have a problem with that,
I don't
Peyton?
understand.
Huh?
You have a problem with that?
Yeah. I don't mind the leg gimmicks because I changed up timing with leg kicks when I pitched. But if I ever tried to pull out a pump fake,
That's up to the manager, I guess.
I'm
mean,
sorry,
okay.
I would charge the mound.
yes,
I would
me
actually
too.
charge the mound if a pitcher did that to
Well,
me. And
it's
the
gonna
ump didn't
happen.
call it.
It's gonna happen.
Because
No,
it's also
it-
dangerous.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the
a
hitter's
joke.
gonna react to the pump fake. And a pump fake in
Get
basketball.
struck out.
But
Well, no,
not
that's
even
not
that.
the
It's
problem.
if they
The
get hit by a
problem is-
pitch.
Yeah.
Hitting is all about timing. You start doing pump fakes and shit. That's
But that's
not.
the point, though.
What's the point of what?
No, I'm saying that's the point of the pump fake.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not allowed to fool base runners as a pitcher, you shouldn't be allowed to try to fool batters
I agree.
either.
That's a good point.
It's a little bush league. I'm all for using the rules to the fullest extent.
I
Yeah.
agree. Listen, if it's 100% legal, which currently it is, I understand, but it also my argument isn't that Cortez isn't allowed to do it because I don't know the rule book front and back like that. My argument is that they should make a rule against it if there isn't already.
Push
Yeah.
part 2.
I think that he's going to do it this year, and someone is going to be upset enough about it to make something happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's him charging the mound or what. Also, if it was my team that he did that against, I would be so annoyed and probably want it banned too. So
Yeah, I would say I think the player association will end up having an uproar against it because I think that the batters will be more against it than the pitchers would be for it. Like if they made a rule against it, I don't think the pitchers
true.
would care. But
because
I
he's
think
like the
the
only one.
batters, yeah, except Cortez, but who gives a shit about him anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
George Steinbrenner is looking up on all this. Like, what the fuck?
Lakers up 14 now, still in the second quarter.
Yep.
Good lord.
That was
They're
such a
letting
good
them
bet.
they're letting them play. It's a lot of
Yes.
physicality I'm seeing here.
I
Yes.
like it.
Yeah, it's great.
If that's
Quick
how they're going to let
thoughts.
them play all postseason, the Clippers
think
are
it
first
is.
round exits
After the All-Star break, they started not calling as many fouls, and it's been great.
because James Harden and Embiid is the same way. Free throw merchants.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why they're not good in the playoffs, because they don't call as much.
Yeah.
Quick thoughts on the Atlanta Braves.
Good.
Great team, but what the hell is up with Acuna?
Acuna is back to his old self in the last few games. He's up to 450 batting average roughly. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but he's hitting extra base hits now. He still doesn't have a homer. But I think it was the knee, which he injured in spring training. It was like a little strain, or I can't remember what they called it.
Do you mean he's up to 450 over the last couple games, or
Yeah.
Over the last four? It's not
Because I was going to
it's-
say, I have
yeah.
a fun fact.
No,
for you
he's
on
batting
Ronald
275 right now.
Acuna. Anthony Rendon was 0 for his first 21 and now has a better batting average than Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah, he's been
that's
on
pretty fun
fire
fact.
lately.
I'm not worried at all.
Think,
Sorry.
Huh?
Go
Oh,
ahead,
yeah.
Dante.
Yeah, I do think that the Braves are one of like three teams in the MLB that their best player could play like absolute shit and could still probably win almost as many games.
Yeah.
Like they're just so deep. Again, like if the worst play, if you put out your best lineup and the worst player there is Travis d'Arnaud, I think that you have a pretty freaking good team.
And the fact that Jerry Kelnick already has been incredible. He changed his swing dramatically in the offseason, and he's on fire. Ozuna has the longest hitting streak in the MLB, 14 games.
Crazy.
Ozuna from the Braves.
He has been
Ozuna from the Braves.
And back to Acuna, not worried about him at all. Also, Sean Murphy, oblique strain. He's been out since game one, I believe.
That's
And
what I was
Yeah,
saying.
having to play.
D'Arnaud
D'Arnaud isn't even going to be our worst hitter at some
Right,
point.
he's
Yeah, now
We
it's
still have Sean
Chadwick
Murphy coming
Trump.
back.
If I have to see Chadwick Trump in that lineup again, it's so funny. You see every other name is good, and then you get Chadwick Trump.
But yeah, no, if this is how they're performing while Ronald Acuna is kind of slumping, and also, like you said, Murphy's not even in the lineup, like
Yeah. I'm not.
But we
worried
haven't
about
even
the
talked
hitting,
about this
but-
yet.
Sorry, real quick before we get off the Braves, because I just love to ramble about these guys. The pitching has been awful. ERA of 5.5, I think, so far, which is the third
Yeah.
worst in baseball. Max Fried, man, it's his contract year, and I'm glad we didn't extend him. Let's just say that. I hope he can turn it around. I think he's going to, but the small sample size has been really, really bad. Darius Vines just debuted last night and pitched really well against the Astros, 1 earned run, and it was Altuve just being insanely good.
I picked him up in our fantasy league.
Altuve?
No,
Vines.
Vines. Yeah, I like him a lot.
The pitching scares me for the postseason without Strider. I'm not sure if they're going to have the starting pitching depth that they're not going to have to run a couple bullpen games. It worries me.
It's going to be a lot of bullpen. Elder,
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on there. I mean, he hasn't been on the roster. I think there's some kind of either injury or his confidence from last year is just completely shot.
Yeah,
he was the luckiest pitcher in baseball the first half of the year, and then it fell apart.
He was just throwing everything bottom of the zone and just getting ground balls every pitch.
Yeah, and then hitters adjusted.
But he missed his spots in the playoffs and then just got shelled.
Yeah, where's Smith Shawver? I expected him to come up before the other guys.
I've been waiting for him too. He's in the minors and he's also not been pitching very well, so it's going to be a little bit before he gets brought up.
But they need to bring up Waldrop too.
Yeah, he's also been getting shelled. So The
Has he
pitching,
actually?
yeah, the pitching is not good right now, and I don't think we're going to be doing anything in the playoffs because of it. I mean, even just so far this season, we've just been having to score 7, 8, 9 runs just to win.
Yeah, make
So
crazy
I'm
comebacks.
real
too.
scared. Charlie Morton has been bad so far. He's been like second half of the year last year, where he's just a walk machine.
Are we surprised?
Yeah. So I
Rays
don't think we're
legend.
legit. It's going to be fun to watch because of the hitting, but I don't think we're going to be able to do anything unless we make some big changes.
Yeah, I mean they could always go out and get someone, but without Strider as they are now, I see them as second round exits again.
The problem is Anthropoulos, our GM, he's very adamant about slow rebuilds, and he's not the one to put all the chips in the middle, which is good. But for this season, it means that we're probably not going to go all in.
Yeah.
Really tough to see Strider and Bieber go out.
Both on my dynasty team.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I had Yuri
Bieber
Perez.
was my favorite pitcher in the league to watch.
He's funny. It looked like he got his game back too. I mean, not that he was bad, but he looked like he was back to like being
looked
a
incredible
Cy
this
Young
year.
contender.
Yeah.
He'll be a
his
gel
first
next year. Don't worry. He's
Anyway,
from LA.
yeah.
Bring him home.
So yeah, we want to touch on Masters real quick.
We
Yeah,
can.
that's it.
I don't have a ton.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much Scheffler's just goated.
He's just a
Scheffler
robot.
is the GOAT.
Well, Tiger's, but yeah.
Yeah, Scheffler's the current GOAT. Or I guess he's obviously like
Best player in the
undisputed
world.
number one. It's not even close.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the furthest gap between 1 and 2 since Tiger was in his
Yeah.
prime.
It's just you know that you have to play absolutely perfect to beat him, and I think that gets into people's heads too.
I mean, just green and regulation machine.
Yeah. Like Morikawa, knowing that he had to just be out of his mind and just completely fell apart.
Yeah, he went for the risky water shot. I mean,
Also, I
the bunker thing wasn't really him trying to play perfect. That was just a botch shot. But
Scheffler is averaging -4 around.
crazy.
Since
Like
the start of the
since when?
season.
Like in the PGA?
Yeah,
Like that
PGA
stuff?
events this season.
Does that include the Masters or no?
Yes, that was after the Masters. That's what the PGA posted.
And Ryan, you have a little fun fact about Scheffler's caddy?
Other like how much he's made, that's what you're talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah,
Yeah.
so Scheffler's caddy. So caddies make 10% of their golfers' earnings. This season, so 10%. If you put Scheffler's caddy in a list of like all golfers and how much they've earned this season, he would be top 50. 10% of Scheffler's winnings is a top 50 golfer right now.
I'll be completely honest with you. I would have thought it would have been a much higher percentile.
Well, so a first place person doesn't get that much more.
Yeah, like for example,
50th,
the
I would say in
first-
most tournaments, 10% of first place. And I wouldn't go to 50th, but probably at least top 20.
yeah, because I know the purse for like the players, for example, is like 20 million, but first place got 4.5. Like there's a lot
So
of
yeah,
money that goes to
450,000 was definitely, I don't know, 450,000 goes to 20th place, but
yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I don't have
Max Homa,
anything
I
else
love
to
you,
add.
but I also hate you. What?
he had sweet quotes. He's a simp for his wife. So the PGA loves him, but god damn it, he's got to win a tournament soon.
He seems like a good guy, but I mean, holy hell, can that guy chill?
Other than him being a pervert.
He is a
Max.
perfect.
Homa?
Yeah, that was just an old. That was just. I haven't heard anyone say that in a while. The old pervert thing.
Well, they're not going to say that to Masters. Also, I know we brought up in the
Yeah,
group
that's
chat, but
true.
I'm going to say it again. Cardinal sin for that person to be mewing behind Tiger Woods at the Masters on
I
live
think it's a
television.
cardinal sin. I think that's like
You shouldn't be
God
allowed
sin.
back. You're
taking the spot.
Like,
But
Nick,
I
this
mean,
is-
honestly, that was so
let me
rough
be
to
an
watch
oldie
Tiger
here.
the
It's
last
the
2 days.
Masters. No phones are allowed. We shouldn't
What
be
an
doing
old man.
TikTok trends of mewing and what's up, brother.
I mean, I'm
so-
sorry, but do
Brian,
we
get
root
your
for
old
Min-
head ass
Min
out of
Woo
here,
Lee?
bro.
What's
Do we
up,
root for
bro?
Min Woo Lee?
What's up,
You know
brother?
Don't explain it to me, but I feel like the real old head here because I have no idea what any of that means.
It's
Sketch?
okay. You're just not a looks maxer.
Okay.
You don't know who Sketch
right.
is?
No, he's talking about the mewing thing.
I don't
The
know
only
what
thing
that
I
is.
really have to say about the Masters is fuck you for making me think that I'm bad at gambling.
Who?
Why?
I just fell into the trap of not thinking that Scheffler was going to win.
Yeah, I had a Deke in our fantasy league. He had a lot of money on DeChambeau.
That must have
That's
been
just
a
that's just
painful
bad.
watch.
That's
Yeah,
just bad.
dude, that's what I knew was gonna happen. Because his drives are so good, he can have some really good rounds. But he's not putting together 4 straight elite short round days at the
Yeah.
Masters. It just was never gonna happen.
I was thinking he's also one that benefits a lot when the greens are tough and they don't run. Like
Mhm.
he's
Does
not a
Yeah.
he
floppy
not?
boy.
Does he not have a Masters victory? I don't know why I thought he won.
No, Bryson does not. I don't know. I feel like he has a major. I don't know what major he's won though. But he definitely does not have a Masters.
Also, what's the over under on number of times his 3D printed irons were mentioned on the broadcast?
Too many times.
Do you guys know when they were approved?
Like 2 days before, right, or something like that.
Yeah, it was something the week before.
DeChambeau's only won the 2020 Open, U.S. Open.
Okay,
Um.
and then live
All
good.
right. So do we got any mortal locks? Any banned list
Max Homa's
teams?
banned.
Max Homa's not banned because he's on my auto submit list until he wins
Well,
a tournament.
hey, good thing it's not your list then.
Well, there's like an unbanned list. Definitely not my mortal lock.
No,
Hole in one this
no.
weekend, those plus odds, Michael.
I'm
What do
not
they
too
do?
familiar
I
with
don't
the
know what course they're
RBC.
playing.
They're at RBC. I'd have to look up I'll look up the stats and let you know. You're welcome for that bet. Last week I didn't even take it.
Yeah, womp womp.
Womp womp. I don't have anything. I just want to watch the Lakers and Angels play at the same time. So
Yeah, I was trying to think of. I wanted to have something fun for the segment, but because I haven't been placing bets. I don't have any ban lists. Mortal lock. Yeah, there's nothing really for that. I guess.
Dante, I got one. I got one.
Yeah.
Phil Maton to blow the game.
Well, it's not mortal lock if it's automatic.
Yeah, it is. That
Well,
that
yeah. I
literally
guess
the
that would be
definition.
the yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just salty and wanted to clap back. I would say my mortal lock is betting on the next 10 guys for the RBC not named Scheffler. The same strategy that I brought up before.
Okay.
Because second place is plus 1,000.
And no Rory. And no Rory.
Yeah,
Yeah, how'd
and
that
no
work out
Cantlay.
for you, Dante, at the Masters?
Wait, what was that?
How'd that work out for you the last time you did it?
Ryan won.
Yeah, what? It worked.
Oh, I thought you all did it for the Masters.
No,
we
did not
did
do-
it. So
Oh.
we've never done it against Scheffler. We did it against Rory.
Oh,
When
okay.
Rory was
Well,
like
I would do it
plus
against
400.
Rory every time.
Yeah, so I'm doing. The only reason I'm saying against Scheffler is because he ain't playing if that baby's born, and
Yeah,
I have
right.
a hunch. I have a hunch it's happening. I don't know why he's still plus 400. I feel
Well,
like
it's
they're
due
just
in the
trying
next 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought they said 2 weeks like before the Masters even started. So
Yeah, that must have been it.
so if he has to withdraw at any point, again second place is plus 1,000. You could bet the next 10 guys. If any of them win, you break even at the least. So that's my moral lock is one of the next 10 guys winning and Scheffler having his baby.
I like it.
I like Will Zalatoris plus 3,000. He's due.
Is he
Tony
is he
Finau
one
plus
of the next
5,000.
10? Is he one of the
No,
next
he's
10?
not. He is not.
Well, you could add him to the list. That worst case, you lose 10.
Well, because like I said, I'm gonna skip a few guys. I'm gonna skip Rory. I'm gonna skip Cantlay. Gonna skip Henley.
But I thought you said Rory wasn't playing.
No, Rory is in it, but he's not best odds.
He's not second in odds.
He's fourth behind Ludwig,
Wow. Okay.
Ludwig and Xander.
Wow. Actually, realistic odds for Rory. It's crazy.
Well, that's all
I
I
don't even know if
got.
I'd
If
call it
anyone else has
realistic.
anything.
I'm good.
Is this
Yeah, I
just
think
mortal
that-
locks for golf?
Just anything.
Yeah.
My favorite future that I have going right now is the Northwest Division to win the NBA Finals. So that covers
Ooh.
the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Nuggets right now, and it's plus 350. I think I got it at. So
Not
I
bad.
really like that one because I don't
What's
like
the
anyone in the East really.
so I don't know basketball as much. What's the conference called with the Celtics and the Knicks and the
That's
Sixers?
Atlantic, and you probably get a
Atlantic.
lot better odds on that. But the Celtics are so favored that it might wash out. I'm not 100% sure. But
And also Hard Rock's
I
annoying. You
also
can't
have the
even bet on it.
Atlantic. Yeah, I got this one on ESPN Bet.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
waited
That's
till
right.
the
You're in
end
North
of the
Carolina.
pod to say they use ESPN bet?
Hey,
Oh my
listen,
God,
I
bro.
live in North Carolina. North Carolina just went live at the beginning of March.
Congrats.
So I got a
Congrats,
lot of
North
bonus bets to play with, and I did a lot of futures.
Yeah, we crammed all that into 2 days when we went to New Jersey.
I have some fun futures actually for baseball. I have Jackson Chourio to win NL Rookie of the Year. Looks decent so far, actually.
Michael Bush is the only competition that I'd say is really
And
like
and
competitive, ultra
Yamamoto.
competitive right now. Yeah,
Do you
I
have
Yamamoto.
picked
any
Yamamoto.
division winners, Peyton?
Royals to win the AL Central.
Might have to jump on that.
Yeah, I was on the division to win it all thing. I love the Central Division to win the Stanley Cup. My pick is the Stars, and they also have three other teams that I think could make like legitimate runs. I don't think the Predators necessarily will, but they'll be the best wild card team.
Give me
Obviously, Colorado can.
Islanders to beat the Hurricanes and give me
A
the Canucks
lunatic
and give me Canucks to lose in the first round.
to the Preds. I love that. I love that.
All right. Well, that wraps up the pod. Trent, thanks for joining us and
Yeah,
spewing your
thanks for
book
hopping
knowledge.
in, Hotch.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'd love to do it again. Thanks for listening to all my Atlanta sports nonsense. I'm really, really excited for the NFL draft because if we don't do this draft right, then it's going to be sad times.
Where are the Falcons picking again?
We're picking eighth, and this is probably the most research I've done on the draft ever because new regime, we've got a real small window, and I want us to trade back and take Latu.
That makes
Latu
sense.
is good.
You don't need an offensive player.
What do you say?
You don't need an offensive player, like a
You know
skilled
what?
player.
We're going to be tempted by Odunze, but I don't think the new regime is going to make the same mistake.
I agree.
All
Sweet.
right, Peyton.
All right, well, yeah, Trent, thanks for coming on. Peyton, outro, please.
Just keep it twisted, baby.
See y'all next time.